Okay, so I bought a new Aluminium Radiator. I'm going to be installing it today. I'll be showing you how to mount it. This is specifically for the NB. This was £160 off eBay. I actually bought it second hand off a guy who'd never fitted it, but it's in good condition, so I'll be showing you how to install it and how to uninstall your old one. I currently don't have mine installed because I've just dropped the engine in, but I'll be showing you how to do it. There's these brackets which are on here. You literally just undo those, make sure you've drained off the previous radiator from this blue hose down here, or the drain off on the bottom of the radiator. Unplug this hose from the overflow bottle, undo both of those nuts, lift the radiator out, and then when it comes to assembling the new alloy radiator, I've got one with separate fans, but you can mount, if you would like to, the factory fan fits in here, which I'll show you how to do. Here's the factory radiator. You want to take off these rubber caps off your original radiator. Now it should fit onto the new one. Just push that on the new one. And then on the bottom there is exactly the same thing. There's two of those. And that's that. I won't be fitting it for the purposes of the video. I will show you how to mount the factory fan. I've got some other ones which I'll also be showing you how to fit. Undo these two 10mm bolts, and then they lift out of the prongs at the bottom here, and they slot into these two, which then you just put the 10mm bolts off the other radiator back in this one. I have these two 80-watt 9-inch fans. You want to start by positioning the fans on the back of the radiator where you want them. Mine come with these feet. You just want to stick them on. They just push in. And with this little fixing bag, I've got the springs set up into the little foam pads, because they're sticky back foam pads that come with it, like that. And then you get a straight cable tie and just gently ease it through the fins. Do that on all four. And then lift it up on its side, push the rest of the cable ties through and drop these on and snip the ends off. Then you want to get your foam pads again, push it up against the radiator, and then next is this coin which should push up the straight cable tie looking thing, which is impossible to do with one hand. Now we've got all the rubbers swapped up, we've got the fans mounted properly, and the only thing left before it to be fitted properly is wiring, but I'm going to go and test fit it because I haven't even tried it in the car yet. The next step is the brackets, just to see whether it actually fits. I seem to be sitting quite high, so I'm not sure if my brackets need cutting down or if I'm not sitting in the bottoms properly. that doesn't look that bad now. Next thing you want to do is just the wiring, which I don't know which is positive and negative of this because my battery disconnected at the minute, but I believe it would be the yellow to be live, the black to be negative, which will be just a small connection. Cut the plug off because I won't need it anymore. And just so you know, when you're routing the expansion pipe, these brackets here, they are not welded on the one side, so you can lift them if it's a bit tight, which I found. This has tightened in well, the bonnet does close. Make sure your bonnet catch does miss, mine does, which is fine. Next is connect those up, ignore the wiring because I'm going to do that at a later date, and plug in the bottom tube. Make sure the drain plug's tight, and then you can fill up how you usually would. And I must admit it looks a lot better, and this being the 52mm radiator apparently offers up to 40% better cooling, which should be good considering I'm not planning on doing the coolant reroute yet, but if I do end up doing that, I'll be doing a video on it. So because the radiator is physically wider than the original, this connection is slightly further backwards, so I've had to cut off about 25mm of this hose because it was sitting like that, which kinks the hose. So now I've cut it back. I'll get a blowtorch around the edge to cut them off, and the bottom is also kinked slightly, so I'm going to cut about the same amount off the bottom. I've wired up the lights now, just dropped a cable tie on, soldered onto the original wires, joined the two up. I haven't tested it yet because my battery's still not connected, but I doubt they'll really ever come on with the size of this radiator, and I'm not running much power. And then now the hoses are shortened and actually fit the radiator, the only thing you gotta do is fill her up, which I'm pretty sure you know how to do. Thanks for watching.